Good morning, everyone. Thank you for connecting with us as well today here, live from the RVR headquarters in Italy. It's a pleasure in having you watching this live program since a while, since a year. We are connecting every month, doing live program, technically speaking about our program, product, and as well interviewing our clients and talking about the FM radio market all over the world. My name is Matteo Castagnoli. It's a pleasure today in introducing a client, an important client for RVR Elettronica, and we're going to oversee with him the importance of having a radio station with our equipment in its own country. So it's a pleasure in introducing today Walid. Nassar, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining me today here.
Thank you.
And thank you for visit our factory. You're actually one of the few visiting our company since a while, so thank you.
Thank you very much for having me here, and it's a pleasure for me to be in R.V.R. Italy as the first client after Corona.
Yes, after the coronavirus, you are one of the first clients visiting us, and you are the CEO of a big radio network in Palestine. So for those that are connected from other side of the world, I would like to have from you a brief overview on the kind of radio station you manage and the type of product you have from RVR Elettronica, just to talk about the overall situation as well of the FM market in your country.
Thank you very much again for having me here. And let me say that I'm managing and operating the most listened radio in Palestine. It's a big network. It has more than 22 frequencies, all of them using RVR technology and RVR system, RVR antenna system as well. And all of them are working in Palestinian city since more than 10 years perfectly. I think that AJYAL, it's according to our local statistics, it's the most listened radio in Palestine. And we have another, by the way, AJYAL means generations. It's an Arabic word, means generations. And you can imagine that AJYAL content and context covering many ages and directed to many ages in Palestine. We have another 2 radio stations also using RVR transmitters and antenna, and they are a radio station like a musical radio station and non-stop music radio station. The difference is one of them using or playing some Palestinians songs during the day, more than 40% of it. Actually, during Corona, we have many problems. We have a closure for more than 3 months, and many commercials was removed because the clients can't go on until they don't know what is the future. And coronavirus, it was new for all of us around the world, and we don't know the future. This is why the decision makers couldn't imagine what will happen. So you can imagine that a radio station which depend on sponsorship and commercials only to as an income for its running, actually we stopped more than 90% of our commercial during the closure in Palestine, regarding to the requesting from our clients that please stop these commercials until we see when we can rerun it again. And this affect us too much during the Corona. And we have another challenge actually as radio stations around the world, that the social media grabbed the market from us and divided our market into pieces, and they took a lot of these pieces to their side. So the radio stations around the world, I think, in my perspective, that they suffer from the social media. But I think also, and I do believe, that radio stations around the world has the identity to challenge this powerfully, while we have poor people in this small planet, a lot of poor people, and the listening to radio is almost free. You can buy a radio receiver by $2-3, and you can listen to the radio freely. And the other thing that I do mention it all the way down, that the radio will be alive because we have blind people, and blind people must listen to radio from my perspective. And we have, especially in Palestine, a special case that we have these cantons, we have these divided and partitions of these cities, which is divided by some checkpoints. So sometimes we need a 1 hour to cross 15 kilometers. I think that this is also a one added value. It's not a good added value because of the occupation, but it's an added value to the radio market in Palestine, that we are still listened in Palestine. And according to the local statistics, that in Palestine the radio listeners are more than 15% of the population.
So radio is still like an important media.
Yes, I think so. Yes.
In your country.
In my country, yes.
And just talking about the relationship with RVR, when the story start, when
Yes.
and where?
Yeah, the story started in Palestine. Actually, there was an engineer from Belgium came to Palestine, and we had some troubles for our transmitters, and I asked him to repair some of them. He told me, look, Walid, maybe the repairing of these transmitters will cost you more than the new one. So I do advise you to contact a company that I know very well, and there is a friend there. He says there is a friend there who called Carlos Sarraf. He is in Miami, USA, and you can buy new transmitters from him. So I contacted Mr. Carlos Sarraf, and I say hi to him. So actually, Mr. Carlos Sarraf is a brother now. And when he knew that I am Palestinian, he called me from the first time we made a telephone, brother. He told me, hermano, brother. So because he is originally from our region, he is Lebanese originally, Cuban, American, Lebanese guy.
Yes.
Yeah. So we bought the first transmitter from Carlos Sarraf. I think it was a Barracuda one, the one cooled by water.
Yes, the liquid cool.
Yeah, and he invited me to visit Miami and to see the transmitters on the ground, on the spot, and to test it as well. And I've been there. I think that one night they made no, it was a convention actually. It was a convention in Miami. He invited me to the convention, and in parallel to test the transmitter. So I did, and I joined the convention. At the last night of the convention, there was a lottery for a ticket to send one of the people who joined the last dinner to go to Italy, to R.V.R. Italia.
It was the prize.
Yeah,
right?
it was the prize.
The price of the lottery.
Yes. So they make the lottery. They give us, all of us, when we enter the dinner restaurant, a ticket. And on the ticket there is a number, and you have to fulfill the other ticket with your name, as any lottery.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that I will be chosen at that night. So I think one of the DB or BD7, yeah, BD7 guys, he made the lottery, and he said the first name of the winner is no, the first letter is W. I said William. I said maybe Winston.
There could be many.
Yeah. And the second name starts with N. I said, maybe William Nicholas. He said Walid Nassar. So I was very happy at that moment that I was chosen to go to Italy to visit RVR Italia. So it was the first time that I visited Italia, this place actually, in 2010, if I remember. And here started the new relationship for having their production, their system, and to build this kind of relationship as two families working together, not a client and a supplier. I think that our relation is deeper than this, and this created by the kindness of the people who are moderating this place. This is not a promotional for RVR. This is how I feel actually.
Oh, thank you so much, since it's a mutual friendship.
Thank you.
For us as well, it's a pleasure in having you on board as part of our family since actually 2009, and then physically in 2010 with the first visit in our company.
Yes.
And from that year, we built a mutual proficient relationship,
yes,
providing you technology, and you gave us the possibility in developing the products as well according to your needs. And since it's a mutual relationship, so for us it was important in having you on board, having the weight of your radio network at that period to continue in developing and building our system as well for your country. So nice, it's a nice story. And from that date you decide to go and to move all your broadcast system with RVR.
Yes.
How today, how much is the number of transmitter you have over the air in Palestine?
For all our frequencies in Palestine, we have in Palestine 22 frequencies, FM frequencies. All of them are running with RVR system technology. And the thing is not the technology by itself. There is something called after sale. The after sale in RVR, the after sale service in RVR, it's unique and it's reachable, and it's also could be communicated easily. And we have the chance to have RVR people to install our equipment in Palestine. And here the real story started, that RVR, they don't install the equipment itself. They connect it to the company, they connect it to the factory in two different ways. One is over the internet and the SMS, and one is locally connected to our servers and to our email exchange locally in Palestine. So we can have this telemetry system which is easily giving you the statistics of your equipment, and for example, the temperature and the voltage and the amperes and all the needed readings that you want to read them, especially when you put repeaters for your main radio station. And this is our case in Palestine, that we established with the cooperation of RVR many repeaters in Palestine, all connected to the central radio station. And sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, you have to read and you have to feel your equipment. If you feel your equipment will feel you. This is a very famous say in our country. If you feel the equipment will feel you. It means that this system of telemetry, which gives you the readings every day, every second, and every time requested, gives you the situation of the equipment. While not all the cities in Palestine, we put them on the top of mountains, but not all the cities in Palestine have the same temperature, for example, not the same weather. Going to, for example, from Ramallah to Jenin, driving for more than 2 hours sometimes regarding to the checkpoints. So it's easily now to contact the telemetry system by the SMS or by the network telemetry to know what's going on and what's the problem. The main thing that it's important for us and for RVR team to know the problem before you go to the station, before you reach to the station. And this gives you this: save money, save efforts, save time. So saving money, efforts and time by using this telemetry system, which is now people after Corona use it, the distance learning and the distance informational system. This was invented in this place, and this is a very nice and practical invention to be used, and it's useful to the administration to take a decision and to the technical people to make a decision what they take and what they don't take before they go to the location itself.
Yes, it's lowering the maintenance like time, money, budget, yearly budget, so you can oversee the status of all your FM transmitter installed in different provinces, and knowing already which could be the problem, so you can identify the fault and you can leave your headquarters already with some spare parts and with an idea of what you're gonna see at the top of the mountain.
It saves money, it saves effort, it saves time. So all of this combination is important to any administrational decision.
Absolutely. For those that are just stepping in this live program, this is Matteo Castagnoli from the headquarters of RVR Elettronica in Bologna, Italy. And today with me, I have the pleasure of having a special client from Palestine, the CEO of a big radio station, AJYAL Radio Network, that is a partner of RVR Elettronica since 2009. And today with him, we are just overseeing the situation of the FM market in Palestine, and as well talking about our products and how the relationship has been built in all those years. And we were just talking about how can be advantages having a telemetry system installed in each unit, so you can oversee the units wherever they are located in your country. So during the COVID, how much has been important the FM radio for the population? Has been like important in terms of news, in giving updates to the people, or people was preferring in watching the TV or watching a smartphone and getting updates from a website? How the FM has been crucial during this emergency period?
Look, actually we were affected regarding to the closure which was happened in Palestine mainly in the end of March 2020, April, and until the middle of May. And this closure also is affected the cars, so the cars cannot easily go from city to another. So regarding to our local statistics, that more than 60% of our listeners are car listeners. So we were affected. But like any other technology, if you are not compatible with life, you will be defeated. Yeah. So we have our platforms, which is other than the FM. We have our Facebook page, we have our Twitter page, we have our Instagram, TikTok, and all the modern social media platforms. So we recognized that people during the closure and during the beginning of closure they were searching for the trusted information, and we consider ourselves as a trusted informative media house in Palestine, and our name in the market of media is big because it was established. Our radio station was established in 1999, so it's now more than 21 years. So people trust AJYAL. So I have to be frankly, in the beginning of Corona closure, we were not having the same listening rates as before or as after, because simply people don't use cars and they maybe prefer to use their mobiles and watching TV. But this changed after the Corona closure, and we made a good job, and this is a big and warm regards to my colleagues, all of them, women and men, who made this success story of our informative system during the Corona, and to avoid any rumors during the closure of Palestine, especially at the beginning of the crisis, at the beginning of the pandemic. So people, after the closure, we think that people listen to us more than before, and actually, as any part of the in the world, coronavirus affected many radio stations and many media houses, and some of them closed regarding to the economic crisis, which was happened after the closure of the countries. And we are not out of the globe. We are from the system of what happened and affected people all over the world, in Latin America, in Europe, in Asia, all over the world. And Palestine was a part of this, and we were affected. But I think that now the trusted media house, after any crisis, if they passed the crisis with a very trusted, informative news and information, they will come back one a day in the future. And we are looking to that coming back soon and in the soonest future.
So which is the actual ranking of your radio network in the country?
In Palestine, AJYAL is the most listened radio in Palestine, and it has more than 1 million listeners. We are a small country, not a big country, with a population of like 4 million people, and 1 million adults listen to us. By the way, we are a young country, so we have many youth people. We have more than 1.5 million of youth people under 18. So some of our programs don't direct these huge number of people, but all in all, in Palestine we have more than 1 million listeners, and this is as a CEO of this radio station, I'm very proud to have all these Palestinians people listen to us.
And what kind of channel you actually have? You have music channels, news channel, local music channels. How you are dividing the offer to the audience?
Yeah, actually, AJYAL radio station, from its name, AJYAL means in English generations. It directed many ages in Palestine. It run news programs, different kind of programs. Socially, economically, and also the program for youth people, for women, all these varieties of programs, it's in AJYAL. And mainly the news in AJYAL, it's very trusted media house in Palestine to get the news from. The other radio stations, one is non-stop music, music for youth people, and the other radio station is a non-stop music also, but running Palestinian songs during the day, like more than 30 to 35% of its program is for a Palestinian music. Actually, these are the three FM radio stations that we have, and we have another 5 radio stations streaming only on the website of our group.
Okay, so it's a wide range of offer as well for the audience, as well for the advertisers. So it's an important media network, and as you were saying,
We hope so.
The COVID identify you as a reference during this emergency, as a reference for news, and not just for entertainment and just for music. So it's important in having a trusted voice over the market.
Surely.
So about the coverage of the radio station, is it covering like the entire country? Do you have many sites? How you organize technically this part of the job?
This is the job of RVR, because RVR make the survey for our topographical plans in Palestine, and they advise us to put transmitters in some certain points in Palestine to cover, yes, the entire country of Palestine, and we cover some parts of Jordan as well, our neighbors in Jordan.
So there was a coverage study.
Yes, it was
Okay.
a coverage study here in RVR. We suggested 2-3 points for them, and they put them on the map, and they make the calculation for the antennas, for the towers, and for the transmitters, and they advise us to put here and not to put here, and to be clear that many points in Palestine which is advised by RVR, they say no, you don't have to take this or this or this, you have to take the 4th point, but unfortunately the 4th point is a settlement, Israeli settlement, so we cannot use it. So we have 2 different kinds of challenges in Palestine. One is the topography in Palestine. It's difficult because it's a mountain and valley, then mountain and valley, and this is the worst situation for FM. And the other thing is the occupation by itself, which prevents you to put a tower on some mountains regarding to the military orders.
So the coverage planning was a compromise between political
Yeah.
like borders
Yeah.
and issues, and as well morphology. So the territory, the mountains, just to cover at the best the territory. And we know when we have mountain, you can have blind spot, and you have to study well the coverage. And that's one of the services that RVR is providing to its client that are looking to build from scratch, or to rebuild, or to let the radio station growing with new transmitter sites. So RVR since 1979 is providing this kind of services, together with transmitter from 30 watt up to 60 kilowatt, liquid and air cool, compact, modular, and dot plug-in. So we have a wide range of services. You are watching this live program. This is Matteo Castagnoli from the RVR headquarters in Italy, and with me today we have Walid Nassar from Palestine, from AJYAL Radio Network, and we are talking about the relationship that we built in many years between RVR and the network, and the fact that the radio station nowadays is covering the entire country, and it was a process, and we were talking about this process, and as well the importance of having a telemetry system. If you are having many tower sites, if you are having many transmitter sites in the country, you can plan to have web telemetry inside any unit, just to have a complete overview under your control, on your phone, on your mobile, over a desktop PC, just to control what's happening in different sides of the country before sending to the top of the mountain any technician or engineer. And that's the question. How many people you have on the technical side? How many people are involved in this maintenance program?
We have 3 of them. Look, when you are talking about maintenance, you have to have professional people. And these people must be trained and must be educated to deal with problems. So one of them must be related to the RF field, and the other must be related to the antennas, and the third one is related to electricity. And actually, we have to say this to people before buying RVR. As my colleague here said, that RVR has many different production lines. You have to understand and you have to study the case of your electricity in your country before you buy a machine from RVR or any other company, because some of them are very sensitive for electricity drop, and some of our countries are not having the stability in electricity. So you have to study your electricity case before you want to have a decision to buy a product from RVR, because they have this kind of electricity less consumption, but you have to have a stable electricity in your country.
Yes.
So if you buy the wrong machine for your country, you will be affected, but this was your decision. So you have to study every single thing related to electricity before you buy from RVR. RVR have all different of transmitters.
We have a wide range of solution, of course, but
Yeah.
As you were saying, you have to plan
Because
what
this
kind
is
of purchase
investment.
and what kind of investment you want to do. So and that's why we used to do those kind of consultancy as well, listening to the client needs,
Yeah.
studying the country, having as much information as we can just to provide you the best solution, specifically done for your region, for your country, for your altitude. We have clients having transmitter at 4,000 meters, some others they are in front of the sea. So we are providing different solutions depending on the position of the tower site. So it has been very interesting in talking to you about this case history. So it's a big radio station that grew up together with us in many years, and together we developed a very nice number of transmitter sites. So and you were pointing to a crucial word, a crucial concept. So collaboration between the company that produced the equipment and the radio station. So it's not just a sale, it's not just selling a unit, but it just is planning the investment and its best. And this is a win-to-win strategy to have a radio station over the air 365 days per year, 24 hours a day.
True.
So just the last question, do you have backup units? How do you manage important fault or important maintenance like stop?
In this case, you have to invest. And if you want to reach a 0 second of air, you have to invest for this concept. So this concept must be understandable before you buy. As we said before, that RVR has many solutions for 0 second of air. They have 1+1, they have 2+1, they have 3+1. So all these reserved system is a backup system, or you have a single unit reserved for a single unit. So when you have a problem with a unit, you simply change it. But you change it by your hand, or you change it by the changeover of RVR. This is also investment. If you want a 0 second of air, you have to buy this rack mount of changeover, which you put a unit inside the site. It depends of its importance firstly, and it depends of your budget, but it's, I think, it deserves to have a backup system when you care very much about the audience of a local coverage area that you want them to listen to you 24/7. And I think that RVR has the system of this backing up and have different kinds of system, and it is up to the client himself, and it's up also to the case that you want to have the backup for it.
Yes, we have scalable solution in terms of price and as well of technology. So
Yes.
as you were saying, it could be a manual changeover, it could be an automatic changeover, it could be a backup unit for each transmitter you have on the site, or you can have one unique backup unit.
True.
That is going to like take over the faulty one depending on the importance of the radio and the number of transmitters you have. So we have a wide range of solutions. You can visit and see all those solutions on our website www.rvr.it, and you will see the full catalog of products as well, from the ultra compact transmitter to the hot plugin and the changeover solution. So on the catalog there's a nice session where you can oversee the different configuration available, and you can have an idea, because it's important not to put the radio off the air for the audience, as Walid was saying, and as well for the advertisers, because if you are off the air, it's money that is going out of your pocket because you're not broadcasting programs, you're losing audience, and you are not providing advertising to the people that was placing advertising in your radio station. So it was a pleasure, Walid. Hope to see you in the next show, if it will be IBC or NIB, probably next year, or we're gonna talk together again.
Inshallah.
Yes, inshallah. And we're gonna talk together again next year during other like streaming program, and you are gonna give us updates on what's happening in your radio station, which is your next step. Do you have new projects for the radio station, technology investment or something like
You told the
planning?
audience that question was the last question. So, but yes, we consider it as one question. Yes, of course. If you don't have plans, you cannot implement your ideas. And all the time we have plans, and we are planning to not to expand our coverage, but our coverage is good by using RVR transmitters, but to expand the informative part of our radio station with many programs related to their social life, and related to their political life, and related to their pocket monies.
So thank you again to Walid Nassar, CEO of AJYAL Radio Network in Palestine, that is working with us since 2009 and is partner of RVR Elettronica. We are the main partner in the RF technology side of its own company. So it was a pleasure. Thank you again.
Thank you for having me here.
And for all that were watching this program, they can watch it again if you just step in this live streaming as well on YouTube, on Instagram and Facebook in the pre-recorded version. It was a pleasure. See you in the following weeks for other products presentation and customer interview talking about the FM market all over the world. Thank you again for Matteo Castagnoli. See you soon.